Alright, it's time for another Unity update video. Making a game, 2D game. I'm pretty much just documenting my process as I go through doing all of this. Yeah, it's been a long time since the last one, mostly because I took a little bit off all my other projects, doing them because of the Ruby animation that I put out a little while ago, and that came along pretty well. So I've had a fair few weeks break, 10 for the thing and then a couple of weeks afterwards, and then it's been a little while since I started up again. I recorded a second episode a while ago, but the audio was all messy and just out of place. So here I am recording the second episode again, a little bit of further than I wanted to be. I wanted to have that other episode up before I did a whole bunch of stuff. So this would have been my third episode, showing how I've integrated all the networking and stuff. However, the second episode has all the networking and also all the other stuff that I've done previous, and the game was really basic in the first episode. Since then I've added in the character can actually move, for one. All the customization works rather than just changing hats. Well, multiplayer, so it's actually networked together. You have to join a game, create a server. It's all pretty simple, so that's good. But yeah, that's all been done already. I'll show you all that right now, I guess. Let's go open up build. I've got it over here on my other screen. Oh no, I don't. And we'll just have this one as a server. So there we go, starting the game. I'll just put that over here. And we can run this. And join a game. Join the red team and we'll spawn in a second. Okay, so yeah, well, we also added in guns. Now the screen moves out a bit the further you get away from that. Just a bit of dynamicness, I guess, and also the camera as the player runs sort of strays behind and it sort of catches up. It's a pretty nice effect. I kind of like it. Maybe it might be a little bit hard to see on the recording because it's lagging a bit, but we're just gonna have to live with that because I'm using Fraps to record XSplit, which is a broadcasting software. It's recording my screen at the moment, so it's recording the recording of my screen and then saving it. So it's kind of an odd process, but it's working for the time being, at least. Shouldn't have any audio problems that way. Maybe just a bit laggy. But yeah, yep, we got the gun and it shoots. And if we look over here on this server, maybe not. But yeah, I'm there and the gun's moving on this screen. And if I move a bit on the server I've moved, I'm just sort of in the edge there. So that's good. And we can get another player in here and I can shoot him and he'll die like that. It kind of just disappears and then appears over here a couple of seconds later. I'm having a bit of a weird glitchy thing at the moment where it's almost as if it's lagging and the frame rate goes really slow and I can't move very fast. So that's why I've got these numbers up here to see if I am moving fast and the velocity is changing or what. But every time it's happened, all this has been right. I've had frames per second be nice and up there and everything. So I feel like it's a scripting error. If I had the profile in Unity Pro, I could probably use that to find out. But it's a really rare occurrence. It's not much to worry about. But it is worrying me just a little bit. So far it doesn't seem to happen as much on the executable, just in the this window, in the actual Unity editor window. So hopefully that should stay. That should be all nice. Things that are pretty good. I had swords in there at one point, and you right click to equip it and left click to shoot it. I removed that because it was stupid how I implemented it, and I might put it back in later. but I don't know. Right now it's just a side-scrolling shooter, no sword, sorry. All the guns are in an array, so it's easy to create them. I can add them in really, really quickly. Same thing with all the textures. We have this menu here where we can change stuff. Now I did show you the process I used for getting them in the array in the last video. It's just better implemented at the moment. So all this stuff happens, changes the color and everything, and you can save it. And if I save it like that, open it up again, it will be like that. And then you got your eyes, of course. Different eye sizes. It looks weird at the moment, especially like this. That's because this one is designed for having the eyes like that size there, and these two, and then that one is supposed to go over here and do that. Whatever. There's probably a good way to sync those up, but I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm thinking I'll just give the player a whole bunch of options to customize stuff and let them go wild with it. I don't really mind. See what happens. If they decide to have weird eyes, then that's their problem. Give them the option to not have weird eyes, but if they want to have them weird, and that's the same for everything else as well. I've also got this, so you can be a woman. I'll make some more womanly eyes if you want it like that. And there's 3 of those, I believe. Yes, just a small one. That's actually kind of a I don't know, what do you call that hair that's at the back? That could be a guy. Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. Now let's I'm going to add in a couple of textures and just show you that I did this last episode, but that didn't happen, so I'm going to do it again. So what we need to do is come to the sprites and go here. So I'm going to add another body one in. We've only got 2 of those. So I'm going to go show and explore, and here they are. So I'm going to copy these 2. I'm going to rename this to C. We're naming them with 1 and then a alphabet number, and then once we get up to Z in alphabet numbers, we're going to go to 2 A, B, C, and that'll keep it ordered nicely because Unity doesn't import, like I can't name it 1 to 1,000 and hope to get 1 being imported first and 2 second and then 1,000 last, because it'll import everything that starts with 1 first and then order those numbers after that, and then yeah, it's kind of annoying. And then I'm also going to copy this and name that c.png.meta, and then that's just so that this has the same import things. It would normally import with bilinear and compressed and 100 here, but just copying that in the in Windows Explorer fixes that, so that's nice. So yeah, here we have the texture. Oop. And all I'm going to do is well, first let me join that game again. Wait for the player to spawn. Any second now. Okay, here we go. Customize body. So at the moment we have that none, which oops, no, we need to be in shirt. So at the moment we have none, that one, which is the same as the body, it's just textured a different color. And we have this one, so we're just going to add 1 more in. See, now that I copied those 2 are the same, 2 and 3. But if I edit 3 now, and I think I'm just going to continue this diagonal down for it. Oop. That'll be good. And then rub out all of this. and then I'll just quickly select the bits that the grey bits that I just added on, and run a filter on it. Filter. Noise, add noise. Okay. Control D, select that, and then save it. Oops, what are we saving it as? I don't know why it's coming up as a PSD. It should be fine, but whatever. Okay, so I've saved that, and now if we go back to Unity, it's done. And actually, I'm noticing something a bit weird here. No, okay, we just missed a white pixel there. Yeah, I can see it. Right there. So if I save that again, and for some reason it's coming up as a PSD, even though I didn't add any extra layers or any fancy Photoshop stuff, but whatever. We'll save that. And it's gone. Nice. So it's actually really quick. Probably because it's, when this menu is open, it's loading the resources folder over and over again every single time a second, which probably isn't too good on the frames per second, but we're still on 90. I mean, it's inconsequential stuff at this point in the game, and I really don't think I'm going to be adding that much stuff that's going to cause it to lag. So I can afford to be a bit messy with the code, and I have been. What I'm worried about is being messy with the multiplayer code, because look at this, bytes per second sent. If I move around and do a bit of shooting, I mean, look at that. That's pretty high. I'm not sure what a good good limit for that is. Hopefully that's not anywhere near a good limit, because I want to add more stuff probably, but that's pretty much the amount that a player can make. Also, when you press save, I think adds quite a few messages, because it's got to sync all the texture values for what texture you're using, and also the colors, and you can't send just colors, so I have to send the floats for the red, the green and the blue for every single piece of stuff, and eventually I'm going to add the guns in, so it'll be slightly more let you texturize the guns, because those it's possible to do that too. You can have some pretty cool stuff, make it gold or something, I don't know. It's probably a bit green. Yeah, so something like that, and have that synced across the network as well. But I'm going to end this here. Hopefully I suppose this update video is doing its job and updating you on how it's going. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. I did want to have a couple of videos in between this and the last video, because it really is a big jump if you go back and watch that. Whew, so much extra stuff, but whatever. Things happened. I'm back and I'm doing this now, and until I get a light box I can't start my next project. I'm also on the topic of animations, because I know a lot of people will be watching this after having subscribed to me for some of the animations I've done. I'm not only doing this, I've got a couple in the pipelines now, just not exactly sure where to go with it. But I definitely will be having a couple more in the future, for sure. And on the topic of Ruby, I'm going to be adding, like, I need more textures for stuff, so I'm going to go and say, okay, I'll do all the Ruby characters and make it so that you can create yourself as them in the game, and then I'll add Marvel characters so that, you know, you get more textures, more possibilities for customization. I think that'll be a good way to do it. I have to change this hair texture so it's not weird at the back here. It's a bit weird. I need to fix that. I mean, if you just look at this texture by itself, I mean, it's kind of all the same here, and then there's just this big bit there, so that's weird. And I need to fix it, and I will. But apart from that, it's all pretty good. Anyway, thank you for watching. Peace out.